You're not sleeping if you're freaking laughing, Blank.
Oh my God.
Can we go, cut back. 1 minute countdown. We're starting again. Cut 1 minute countdown. Production, please. I can hear you. We're not even sleeping. What was the point of this, Blake? We literally cut back to break to do this, and you completely, utterly it up.
Why did you do that? Oh, so loud, so mean. Don't like it.
Yeah, actually, I just realized my camera's like not in the right position, so you see cables behind me.
Cables?
Hey, I mean, there's an Ethernet cable that we had to drag up the wall because Italy sucks. But you know what doesn't suck? The night shift. We're back here with number 23, shift 23. I can't believe we're this many weeks in. And we also have a brand new surprise. We got Blink on the show, which is much better than Rem.
Wow, I'm the surprise. No, I don't know. I mean, Rem was pretty cool. I found his hideout the other day. That was even cooler. It was so cute. You know, he won.
You know what's cuter than Rem, though, Blink?
Yeah, go on. Your mustache.
Blink Monroe. You know what I'm talking about here. If you guys are just joining us on the show and you haven't seen that just in the past, it is a winner stays on for future weeks, King of the Hill type style broadcast. We have three teams play out in EU and 3 teams in North America. And we'll quickly show you who all is going to be playing in the night shift today, because we do have a new name for you. It's not going to be on the EU side, of course. It's going to be Leviathan up against Fearless Furies, taking on Abrahams. But over on the NA side, we have a new team. No earnings, playing against Bunny with Clock here. And I don't know if you have it up right now, Blank, but can you give us a little bit of an inkling of who is on this no earnings team? I'm not sure if you have it up. And if you don't, I can save you. Just tell me.
Yeah, I don't have it up. Please save me. This was not part of the run of show.
I did. Okay, there's one name in there I don't want to say. There's one.
Is it the one that's
Blur.
like, yeah? Okay.
Yep. Blur, Strider.
Yeah. You want me to say it for you?
Hypno, Braden.
You want me to say that one for you?
Yep, go ahead.
I think it's like...
Jatism.
It's like, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Jatism.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we're not casting North America portion, because I'm definitely going to say something that's not PG-13.
I'd be salty if I was on that broadcast, man.
Salty and just come out blasting left and right all over the faces of their opponents.
Crazy.
But what we do need to do before we continue along in the show is, obviously here at the Night Shift, we appreciate every viewer, every player, everyone that comes by the show, but we appreciate our patrons the most. Let's take a look here at some of our supporters. And what we do here on the show, Blank, is normally we talk about, our executives, our Night Shift board members. But I want to give a little bit of love to our Night Shift chiefs and our Night Shift residents. So I want you to pick out one name in particular to say as a big thank you to all, to supporting us throughout the weeks. For me, I'm going Turtle. I'm going Turtle. You get one. Because every week we do a new name. You get to choose one. I get to choose one. Mine's Turtle.
It's just that's like Turtle. That's not Turtle. I'm probably going to go with the Muffin Legend 15. Specifically 15. There is 15 of them. He's not the 14th, he's the 15th Muffin Legend. This shows us generations of Muffin Legends. So I like that. I like that the most.
It is great. It is fantastic. And it is a big thank you to all of you out there who are supporting us week in and week out. This helps keep the show running every single week. And of course, we do also have donations you can do directly into the prize pool. For this week, we don't touch a cent of it. Every single cent goes directly to the players, who win the event, right? And that's what it's going to all be about. And then beyond this, if you guys haven't been paying attention, if you haven't played any Deadlock this last week, if you haven't looked on Reddit, if you haven't seen any tweet, we have a new hero in the game. And not to mention, not even just a new hero, Blank. We also have new additions to the map, a rework of the patrons, a rework of a lot of the areas as well. This game is looking sweet. And honestly, give us open beta, man. This game looks ready.
It does look good, right? I mean, Valve's like, we're not done yet. We're not finished. And to be fair, every time a new patch comes out, you are sort of like in that state of this looks really good. I'm ready to go. I think last update, I was like, yeah, it could be open beta. This one comes out, I'm like, oh, maybe now it's open beta. But I'm getting to that stage now where I'm thinking to myself, if they can consistently keep releasing updates like this, when am I going to stop saying it's going to be open beta and just realize that they've got way more to give, honestly? Because this patch update was ginormous. Not only 6 new heroes, just massive changes across the board. Leafa's pretty sad, did ruin the Tony Hawk technique on the lower bridge, but we have tunnels now, which is very cool, specifically for Calico as well as Rem.
Well, my question to you is, who's your patron? And also,
who's my patron?
Hold on. I have to stop you really quickly. Because Stormier coming in with 50 gifted subs to the channel. A massive thank you. And Blank, do you have a Go XLR?
I do, yes.
Okay, help me out here. Stormier.
I don't know if the FX will come through. Stormy. How's that? Does that work?
Close enough. You know, I'll accept it. But who is your patron? Because for me, Archmommy's looking pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, the Archmother is pretty good. I tend to lose on the Hidden King. So I think Archmother is where I'm at as well. But I prefer the Archmother death as well. So even if I'm losing, I'm like, that was kind of cool. I think that works out for me. You know, where like all like the little bits fall off her to the ground. And I think that's my favorite part.
So for me, I mean, I lose no matter what side I'm on. I'm having a tough time in matchmaking, I'm not gonna lie. But man, like honestly, like as we see here on the screen for you guys at home, the base has changed drastically. Not only just in visual rework here, Blank, but it's a lot more open, which does lead certain heroes having a bit more a priority potentially to close out games, like your Lashes and maybe, just maybe even 7. I know I did see a 7 in some scrims I was watching, which I'll hint at later on.
Yeah, I mean, 7's pretty good for defending the base. Also, you get a massive amount of height by going up the central zip line. Unfortunately, there's a little bug going on right now, which teleports you under the map and then above the map and then down under the map again. It's very disorientating, but if you get a big 7 above, it's pretty nice. I do find that the actual fountain's quite far away now, so getting good lash ults is few and far between, but when they do hit, they are very, very good. It's a little bit harder to get out of that base now once you are locked into it. Yeah.
Well, we'll see how it's going to play out today. I'm really excited, but not only just the visual rework we've had of bases, we did have one of our 6 new heroes drop into the game finally. I think that was over on Monday. And actually, I think the next one comes out in 2 hours?
In tomorrow times. Yes.
So let's take a look at, well, I know you didn't vote for this hero, Blank. I didn't vote for this hero, but the community voted for him. It's Rem coming in, and Rem, I was talking to Listic. He's thinking this is like the first of many smaller heroes to really use those tunnels that have been added into the Cursed Apple.
I mean, it's a massive investment of resources, an allocation of the graphics design on the team, not to just only have 2 heroes to use those tunnels. So I do imagine there's going to be more. Maybe there's even an item later on that comes out that shrinks you potentially. That might be a thing. You never know. But overall, Rem is very, very fun. I think we sort of had Kelvin, Dynamo, and Paige, and for a lot of support players, that was like a smaller roster. It's nice now having a 4th one in here, and I do think that Rem does a lot of things differently. Right, Jason?
Oh man, the little helpers, I think, is a system that we obviously don't have it in Deadlock until now, are so interesting because you can use them to take sinners. And unlike me, they don't mess up hitting sinners.
They don't miss. They don't miss.
They can also take bridge buffs as well. They can take boxes. They can take Buddhas. You can use them on your minions to push waves extremely hard, making the minions even tankier, especially if you get down like a shrine or something like that. Also throw it onto your teammates. Like it's crazy what you can do with his kit so far. And I know we've had some teams screaming with him. I was watching Melee Creeps, actually Saya playing it, and I have a feeling, Blink, we're going to see it today at some point.
Yeah, I'd hope so. I mean, I think my favorite interaction at the moment is definitely the McGinnis turret interaction, where you can make the McGinnis turrets really big and strong. By putting the helpers on them. Yeah, you can. So I don't know. That could be interesting. I mean, we saw McGinnis last week. She did very well. I think again, McGinnis works very well in tempo teams just because of wall in general. You add on to the fact that maybe you can make her laning even stronger with the helpers. But again, I don't know how much of a difference it's going to change. This is very nice as well. You can put all the helpers on the ball, which we're trying to do here.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they circle around the ball. You didn't know that there's so many things you don't know about.
I haven't gotten Rem yet. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know if people are getting like 8 games in a row. I've like not. I mean, I dabbled with them.
I dabbled. Yeah, I tagged along a couple of people.
I mean, the thing is, I see the ball and I think of Ava and I instantly want to shoot Ava. So that's why I don't really bother to look at the ball anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's very fun. I think overall, Rem's a really cool character. I think he has big setup potential with the sleep that he's able to do using his 4 nap time. So again, I think that could be very, very fun. Also, he has some of the cutest voice lines known to man. So I think that's also a very big plus for the hero overall.
One more thing before we do get into, what was the pick priority last week and what were the item priority last week. We have a special treat for you. If you guys are looking on the L bar, what the L bar is, it's that little L looking bar. Well, it's on this side. L looking bar on the side of the screen when we're on breaks. We have something highlighted there in the middle of the show. We have a special show match for you of Abraham's up against Melee Creeps. on Street Brawl. EU taking on NA, and no other way I'd like to see it going head to head. I don't know how they chose to play
on the servers. Yeah, there's gonna be no coin flips on those servers.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be. When we played a Street Ball right before this, ZP swore he did random. He somehow got Warden. I don't know how that happened. I'm kidding. He got Dynamo before he comes in here. He's like, wait, hold on. We lost, but that's just typical for me. So let's take a look at pick priority.
It was a tactical loss. We had to get rid of the show, right? Yeah,
that's a good point. I knew we brought you on for a reason.
We were sandbagging.
Yeah, that's my excuse. So pick priority. We've seen some switch ups in the last weeks. Obviously, some changes to jungle. We've seen Viscous highly prioritized, seen Lash highly prioritized as well towards the top here. But it's very comfy seeing, what is this, 8 heroes picked every single game last week. And then we have this, well, I mean, of course you have Celeste, Apollo, etc. down there at the bottom. But Graves, baby girl, you're going to be coming up, don't worry, tonight when you're unleashed. But the rest, like we have seen some changes and some adaptations, and Gun Viscous has proven to be a very dominating force and a really difficult to force to deal with in these games.
Yeah, it's kind of sad, to be honest with you, because I really do like Spirit Viscous. I think Ball Viscous is so fun, and it has such high skill cap. But then why do any of that cool movement tech with Warp Stone, Phantom Strike, using down dash to get towards people when you can just press M1? Right. At the end of the day, I think that he's one of those characters that has that kit that allows him to fully invest into that, where you have amazing movement using Puddle Punch, you have incredible utility using the Goo Cube. He's just very good right now, especially once you hit that 4.8k investment in lane. Like, you start to take off quite quickly now. It's fun. I think that overall Gun Viscous is very cool. We see a lot of Billies as well. I think Billy is a very, very fun character to look at the moment, just because he is super duper efficient. I mean, basically never has to leave the jungle. And I think that although you do only leave a lot of your jungle for your bigger carries, he's very effective as a counter jungler a lot of times. You can get in there, get back out again. Once chain gangs back up, he's able to make instant plays on the map, which is why we do see him get banned out a lot, because he is just very strong.
Yeah, I mean, it's been all about their bruisers as of late. Abrams and Billy have had the highest prio I think we've ever seen them have, maybe bar after the first week of play, when average made it look very not great. But he was paid to do so. He was paid to play it in that game. But also, I guess, looking at this, I do wonder, will we see some changes coming into this week? Will we see Rem as a prio ban? Will we see Rem as a prio pick? There's a lot out there to be seen for us. Well, obviously time will tell, and I don't want to wait too much longer to get into this game. But before we can fully do that, I'm gonna remind you guys, here at the Night Shift, not only do we have a custom Moe and Krill skin, the Night Shift Moe and Krill skin, we also do have an Abrams skin made by Ozzy once again coming at you. And when we hit up to 1,200 subs, we will release it to the public for you all to pick up for yourselves. So make sure you hit that sub button. If you have Prime, remember, it's free every month. Blank, have you used your Prime this month?
No, but I could use it right now.
I'm waiting for you in chat. I'm waiting for it. But you know what? You guys make sure you use it. Any single bit helps us keep the show running. And that skin looks sick. The tail looks weird, and the butt looks like a sack of potatoes. But you know what? It's a sick skin.
Yeah, it's like a Peaky Blinders type of deal going on here. Yeah,
exactly.
Like
and you can see, like, the tips of his fingers are a little bit like, rose tinted. And that's another discussion that we had before the show started.
Yeah.
We don't need to go too much into that.
Yeah. It's like magenta, maybe like a soft magenta.
Anyone watching my stream or listening stream really knows exactly what we're talking about. So let's move on
the
here.
Tip of his horn,
Yeah. Tip of many things. We do have Fearless Furies up against Leviathan. Let's take a look at the Fearless Furies roster before we do head into the Leviathan side here. Fearless Furies have had, I would say, a tough time over the last weeks. They're always like third place. They're never really able to break through into the money match, but it might be this week, and this might be the crew to do so here, Blank.
Yeah, I think that there's definitely games where it's frustrating to me, because I've seen a couple of matches where even like watching Leviathan play up against them, they'll slip a little bit here and there versus Fearless Furies. Now, I don't think there's been a single week where I haven't seen Fearless Furies give it their absolute all. There's even a match, I think Together was playing Yamato, and he was just going so deep all the time. And it's just like, you don't see that kind of overcommit coming through from Fearless Furies. I just think that they've had a tough time of it so far. I do think they tend to play slower comps though. And I think right now the meta is a little bit faster. But week on week, they have been getting better.
Yeah, and I think, one thing I've been saying about this team, excuse me, is that they're lacking a star player. They're lacking like an OCs. They're lacking like an Empty Dreams, like someone who can carry the team, carry the game. And I feel like they're a little bit confused sometimes on like who that star player is going to be and how to specifically funnel that farm to that player to make sure they can carry when they get to that point. I mean, I've been saying that for months, honestly, Blake, and I really want to see them maybe change things up here. But again, when you only get, one match in the limelight here, I'm not sure how many scrims happen behind the scene. Maybe with Ren coming out could be something that can catch off their opponents. But I want to see some changes, man. I want to see them keep pushing forward and hopefully get a breakthrough up against Abrahams. But let's see their opponent, Leviathan, the team to beat for them this week once again. And I talk about star players, and every single person on this team is a star player. Can be a star player.
Free Muck on that Shiv has been incredibly good. I mean, OC's on the Geist overall, just a very, very reliable teammate to have. And like I said, Empty Dreams on the Mina has been fairly disgusting. I mean, we all know Oberkim. Oberkim's been around for yonks at this point in time, and is generally that player they can fall back on when things start to get a little bit dicey. But yeah, this is a really good team, and it's made of parts from many different squads in the past all come back together again. But yeah, I genuinely do really like this squad, and they are the only team right now to be able to kind of go toe-to-toe with Abrahams, though last week did look a little bit one-sided.
Yeah, I think Abrahams sometimes like to act like melee creeps, and sometimes they like to take it to a third map just to get more airtime for themselves, in front of their fans, in front of their viewers. But I think, in my eyes, 80% of the time or more, Abrahams is able to beat Leviathan. But I want to see, like, what's Leviathan going to do to break through to that next step? And to be honest, it's a very difficult thing to do, I would say, Blake, because you're playing against one of the best teams in the world, not only the best team from Europe, but I think Abrahams could be the best team in the world, even taking down the likes of Melee Creeps if they ever did meet on LAN. But it's going to be tough, man. And Leviathan, they have to channel, I guess, their inner, I don't know who you want to call it, because they do have a star-studded lineup. It's about unleashing all of them a piece. Now, Blake, normally here on the show, we do a 1v1 to decide. Instead of a coin flip, coin flips are boring, right? Like, no one wants to see, I flipped a coin, it's heads. Oh, no, my God, who would have guessed? It's going to be heads.
Let's just batter each other instead, yeah.
Yes, but normally we do it with fists. This time, we're doing it with pillows.
Oh, is it a Rem 1v1?
It's a pillow fight in mid pit here to see who determines first pick or second. We got Surgery up against, that is Free Muck. I know in particular, because I ran into him earlier in ranked. I might have been carried by Listic, but I saw him in there. And, him and I are cool like that. We get to call each other Freak Muck every once in a while. Oh, he gets the parry, the double parry Surgery.
He's owned him.
Okay, we're not cool anymore, Free Muck.
It's over. Yeah, I think, to be honest with you, with the amount of time that Surgery spent playing melee guys, I would be very upset if he lost that. All right, and I think that this guy is incredible with the pillows. He looks clean. He looks good. He was not napping during that.
If it was a walker, I mean, Surgery would win that without losing a single hit. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like, that would be so
like 50 meters in the air, punching it from far away. Yeah, it'd be easy. But no, it was good. It was good. Double parry as well. That's got to sting. That's got to sting. Even with the feather pillow there, it's still got to hurt.
We're going to see what are the bans coming through. Now, typically, we've been seeing a lot of Billy as a first ban.
I thought you'd like doing a psychic moment.
I just know. I put my earpiece back on. I just don't want to hear that, like, whatever Rem sound is going to be. I don't know what that was.
For the
Page.
Back again.
Okay.
Page ban. Straight
back
away
on the road
again. Yeah, back on the road again here with Page. Page getting banned first is an interesting one. It's nice we got the critical photos getting banned. They don't feel good about it. And
yeah, I like this little update.
What I bring to the table.
Billy, he legitimately looks sad.
He does.
But to me, so like, to me, this is like Abrams. There's no thought, second guess in my head of like what you take here in this situation. You take Abrams. They don't have Billy. You already have a stronger comp just based off that.
Yeah, I mean, I think Abrams does make a lot of sense. I didn't kind of hope that something else would happen here, just to spice things up. But I think Abrams is such a classic pick here for first.
It's the Shiv.
You think the Shiv's coming now?
It should be coming, yeah. Because it's like either Shiv or it's going to be Abrams as a first pick.
Some new blood.
I thought it'd be Mina. I honestly did think it would be Mina. Yeah, I mean, Mina Shiv could also work. We'll see what they throw in there. I mean, for Fearless Furies, Mina overall is good. It's a really strong pick. It's a really strong tempo pick. It does feel weird that being the first pick, though, right? But yeah, you are right. The Shiv does come second.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to pick Mina, you're going to pick Shiv in your top two here if you do go with Abrams on that side. And honestly, I look at this, I mean, I'm happy to see the Abrams picked, but I'm like, Fearless Furies? that's a strong start. And I was being harsh on them, taking a look at the roster. I want to see them have that star power in their team, and they're already setting themselves up really nicely to do so. But you know what I'm not seeing yet, Blink? I'm not seeing a Rem.
I'm not seeing a Rem either. I don't think Rem's very priority right now. It's probably one of the picks that comes out a little bit later on. Paradox getting picked up here as well. Overall, very, very strong pick. I think Paradox is. She's very, very good at getting it into the mix.
What's wrong with Viscus?
He's very happy. He's very happy right there, dude. He's got the real smug face on.
That was like a quad chin.
Well, it did look like a quad chin. It's just like his face was real high up, Yeah, Viscus very strong. We talked about it earlier. Holiday coming up for Fearless Furies as well.
I like it.
Yeah.
I think it's necessary. It could be banned away by Leviathan here, and then you're left with potentially a Bebop as your pick hero, which has not worked out for quite a few teams. Also, Cosmetical coming in with a sub. I'm sorry I've missed a lot of subs in here today, but you got to give some respect to the man who's given me a couple of hosts, and he was one of the last players on Buff and Joins for the team disbanded. Could have been him that disbanded it. Don't know.
The hell? Can't put that on one guy.
I'm just saying they lost, and it's like, okay, well, I guess that's it.
It's over. It's over. Second ban, Geist. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Take that away. It's weird banning yourself away from it, so it looks like they're not going to go down that route this time. Fearless Furies, they don't get to pick it up. You have Mina Shiv.
Warden. At some point here, you need a brawler. You need like an M1 hero that you can depend on.
Here I am.
And typically we'll see like Viscus versus Warden, or like Geist will come in versus Warden or Viscus. So by taking that away, I think you got to force the hand on Fearless Furies of what they have to pick.
That's insane, by the way. That's a lot of dive you've got on Fearless Furies. You've got Holiday, you've got Lash, you've got Mina, you've got Shiv. That's like instantaneous. But there is a huge amount of denial here coming through from Leviathan. Like, you're counterpicking quite well, in my opinion. Like, there's a lot of delay from the Paradox. Time Bomb actually might be a little bit more important than people might think, as well as Ivy with the chummy face once again.
That
getting
face
thrown into it. Yeah. It haunts me. It haunts me.
Yeah, it's interesting. So they're gonna have a knockdown carrier. I would imagine Ivy's gonna be going for that with Health Nova as well to deal with Flash in the air. A Calico pick. So I kind of like the Calico pick because it's also this. I mean, actually, no, I take that back. You're not going to see Rem and Leviathan. When you have an Ivy and you have a Mo and Krill, I think that's too little damage on your team to pick up a Rem. You're smiling. You're making me like scared that I'm wrong here.
No, I think you're totally right. I just think it's interesting they pick up Calico because there's the whole wealth of more boxes on the map now that we have. And you're right, the 7 does come through. I mean, 7 hasn't been bad in the meta. To be honest with you, I think Surge 7 still works, Bowl 7 still works to a degree, but I do imagine probably still going to be playing Surge here, and a Wraith as well, which is also interesting. But again, I think Wraith is not a bad pick versus this composition. I mean, the silence, the knockdown is nice, but I think the teleport out is probably the more important thing. There is so much dive here that Wraith is likely going to get absolutely ruined, but Infernus would just get smashed to bits. But the fact that Wraith can just instantly get out, that's it. That's a big pickup for them. I think that you have like this dive team versus quite a turtle team on the other side of things, not just because Viscus is green, by the way. What are you thinking?
I'm looking at Leviathan and I'm thinking to myself, is this actually gonna be a gun Viscus then?
I'd imagine so, right? Because I mean, you got the Paradox, you got the Abrams, and then you've got like the 2 damage dealers in Wraith as well as Viscus. And then I do wonder what Ivy's going to play. I'm feeling maybe like Spirit Support, honestly. I think that wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility.
No, yeah. I for sure think it's going to be that. But I mean, I'm trying to think, who are you funneling souls onto? Wraith. I mean, there's no question about that. But who's the second player on the team that you're funneling these funds to? And typically it would be like a gun Viscus, or even potentially Abrams. But you kind of want Abrams in these fights, even though Mo can roam around and pick up a lot of these kills. I mean, they do have 2 easy ways of locking down kills. But I'm interested to see if Leviathan
Mo's like an assassin. Mo's like a weird. He's a fat assassin. Let's put it that way. He's the fat assassin.
He's big boned. Okay.
He's big boned. He's the fat assassin of the squad. I don't think Mo and Krill kind of constitutes as a tank. So I do think they still need a front line. Like, Mo and Krill can be very good at dishing out damage and taking initial damage, but sustained damage throughout a fight, no. So I think you do need the Abrams to be building a little bit more tanky here for the squad. But I do like the way things are panning out, and you want to get that Viscous towards that late game potential, realistically. And Rave can do the same. Some strong ability to do some split pushing as well. I just would worry playing against Fearless Furies doing any split pushing whatsoever, considering the squad they have. It's so instantaneous dive, dude. And they're gonna need that goo cube.
I think the Furies, I would like their comp better if you had like a Warden or maybe even like a Yamato instead of the 7. The 7 is going to have a really difficult time feeling safe to farm in any of these solo lanes because you're going to have to worry about the swaps. You have to worry about the right telekinesis. You have to worry about the combo out of Mo and Krill. That makes it like very difficult for you to have safe farm in this match. And I'm thinking again, like it's going to be 7 and Mina to be funneled a lot of the farm for the Fury side. That almost Mina is going to have to come off farming to fight.
Yeah.
And 7's going to have to be
100%.
left alone. But they don't have like a strong gun carry. Because, I mean, 7, he does a lot of gun damage. Yeah, don't get me wrong. If you go Intensifying Mag, like Toxic Bullets, if you go the new item, I can't remember the name. Help me out.
Ballistic
What's the new
Enchantment?
item? Yeah, Ballistic Enchantment's also really good on him, too. I know Lightbringer theorized to build with that because it procs off Power Surge, so you can get ridiculous gun damage out of him.
Yeah,
But
no, I
he's gonna
tried
be
it the
enough.
other day. I actually tried it the other day. It's crazy. It's actually crazy because it was 18% weapon damage per hero hit. And I was like, does this work on Power Surge? And it does,
Yep.
which it is wild. It's an incredible amount of gun damage. So you can kind of play him hybrid almost, which does work out. So he fills a similar role to Warden, but he doesn't have that frontline staying power that Warden does have during ult with the Spirit and Bullet Resist he gets from the tier 5. So I think that is the issue, and it's what you've brought up now. And I think it's a really important point to make that once this dive goes in, right, is this going to be a flop or is it going to be a perfect 10? That's the real question for me here for Fearless Furies, because I do think Leviathan has a lot of ways to shut that down. I think it's definitely going to be that early game. It's going to be that early game. It's going to be the Lash roams. It's going to be the Calico roams. How well are those coordinated for Fearless Furies? Because that's gonna change the way the game goes. So I do think it's like that 10-15 minute mark where we can start to see Leviathan starting to pull ahead a little bit, or Fearless Furies has managed to capitalize on that early game.
Well, it seems we do have a little bit of time waiting for the teams to get into the game. So I kind of want to go podcast mode with you real quick, Blake, and get your thoughts about something. Because one of the biggest additions outside the hero being added to the game, outside the visual rework, is those tunnels that have been added to the game that only Calico and Rem can access at the moment. And for me, looking at it, you're kind of adding economy to the game that doesn't exist unless you specifically pick one of these heroes. And I wanted to hear your thoughts on like how that plays out in your head. Is that like positive for the game? Is that negative for the game? Is it something we just have to deal with until we get more smaller heroes or items in the game that allow you to go in there? Do you have any quick thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think overall you are right. Is that for Calico, there's actually a lot of boxes in there. I don't know what's going on there, but that's even be a fever.
Like
there is it.
I'm sorry. Look at the right hand side of your screen.
It's a silver. Oh,
Death from above, Zergy with 1,100 viewers. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Hope you had a good stream, and I hope you got your hamburger finally. I can't remember the song that he sings.
Yeah, it's like
burger, pickle, lettuce, cheese. Put that patty in between this burger. What?
Burger. Yeah, that's the one.
All right, well, we can take a look at some of these lanes here. We also, we had some slight additions to the spectator mode as well. You can see that the spectating names are on the right-hand side of the screen instead of left. And we'll get our names in there for you momentarily. We can see size game on the Calico. I think that was Arzo, if I'm not mistaken, that I saw on the 7 for the Furies. And I don't know who else is on what.
Calico 7 lane versus Viscous and Ivy. That is a tough lane to crack. But there is...
No, go on.
No, you go on. Go on.
That's like a non-interactive lane. You're not getting kills on either side, I feel like. That's just, okay, we'll sit in lane, we'll farm boxes, and then one of them will probably rotate out. I'm assuming it's going to be like Ivy and Calico to roam out for boxes.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is that right now Calico and 7 both just trying to crash that lane as quickly as possible. But eventually that's going to become problematic with Kutsubon, right? It's a similar situation when you play against a Geist. It's very hard to crash a Geist. But Ivy, it does take a little bit longer for that to come online. This is a pretty rough lane, honestly, because Mo and Krill wants to get close. Shiv wants you also to get close. And such a massive hitbox. I mean, Lash doesn't do insignificant damage with his gun either. So just with how big the hitbox is from Mo and Krill, he's going to be taking a lot of poke in that lane.
Yeah, and I think if you're Ray 2 for Empty Dreams, you have to be very careful of Lash in particular with those ground strikes and positions he's going to set up for. But we also do have our answer here, Blank. It will be a gun Viscous. OC's plays everything gun. Pretty similar to Jam Side, like we see in the past with McGinnis, with Billy even. So we will have that gun Viscous, and we will in fact have a Wraith as well paired along. So a lot of M1 damage coming through. Metal Skin stonks are going up.
Goddamn Wanda situation again. Some good damage here over towards the Holiday. I see Surgery having to back off a little bit. Good damage from the Paradox overall. Mina Holiday, super movement orientated. I feel like that's a hard lane to lock down if you let it start to get towards that 3k marker. Also, Abrams is just going to really struggle in this lane, in my personal opinion. Even if you get a swap off, like you're either swapping into a lasso or you're swapping into getting bounce padded away or into a sanguine retreat. This is another tough lane to really interact with as Paradox and Abrams.
I mean, if you like having stamina, well, good luck up against Amina, man. That's for me one of the most frustrating parts. And you're already seeing the damage being done here in the mid lane too, really keeping this aggression on, shoving them back. And I'm also taking a look at the minimap as much as possible to see where the rotations are coming in, where the boxes are being done. And Fremont is going for a gank on this mid lane, trying to alleviate some of this pressure after shoving that right-hand lane. I mean,
you're just gonna eat that grenade. Okay, interesting. I see you didn't want to get hit by the kinetic carbine. I do feel like the time bomb did a little bit more damage though. Camps are back up again now, so immediately everyone's heading back over towards there. The good thing for Calico as well as Seven is because they're crashing this lane so often, they are keeping their camp in check.
Yeah, and obviously like the respawn timer for jungle and the reduced soul count you get from it, we've seen a massive decrease in Cultists. We didn't get to take a look at it in priority. I think that's on my fault for skipping ahead. But Cultists had a huge drop-off last week, and I'm curious to see if that's going to continue because of the amount of souls that you no longer get from these camps. And Mina already taking a lot of damage here. Colt up against that 1v1 with Fremont. Let's have Holiday up to the side, and Fremont's got to be careful. I mean, just have the Abrams who's going to look for that charge. Gets parried mid-air. And Overseas... Okay, we didn't actually go for the charge, and he does use it to get away, but he's so solo in health that, again, they can't really interact here anymore, and the pressure is being put on.
I mean, he crack shocked him from above, right? He put a hole right through the top of that poor guy's skull. Some good counter damage, but a lot of that is healed up pretty easily with Rake from Nina. A good start, actually, from Wraith. Gets a lot of damage done. A bit of a bait over on this side, but look at the HP bars over on Empty Dreams as well as Oberkim. That is a lucky fight. Unfortunately, we don't get to see what happened exactly there. Trying to get the last tags on. See if you can kill him with Bloodletting.
Still a fight here, and the stun's going to come through. Didn't hear Cube go off. Doesn't seem to matter. OC is being protected, at least for now. Sai goes in with the dive and gets the kill. Now leaving it all onto this Ivy. Inflammable. I mean, he looks like he'll be fine here. So Fearless Furies keeping up here, only 1k behind so far. Off to a pretty strong start and having some, you know, pretty strong lanes, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, with that 1 kill in the blue lane, Obi gets himself up to 3.7k, unlocks the ult as well. So having combo online is a big threat on the map now. I think partially that's because Obikin's been doing some pretty nuts box routes, by the way, from minute around 2. I saw him like cross the entire map to go through the rooftops to grab all those boxes. But again, getting combo online really early is very, very important for Mo and Krill to have pressure and presence on the map. And it's what sort of unlocks you that capability of taking those Guardians pretty early in the game.
Well, Blank, it seems like we do have a quick second here. So I have to ask you, because you know what? There's obviously a lot of discussions in the community, and there's a lot of side taking about who is voting for who. Now, I've been very vocal about who I'm voting for. And again, if you're not voting for Graves in chat, I will ban you. Who are you voting for?
I'm voting for Celeste. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Celeste. I think she looks really cool, honestly. I think now, overall... Cool.
You're voting for Celeste, but realistically, who do you think is going to be the next hero unlocked?
Vote Silver.
Yeah, well, oh my God, shut it. No, ban this guy. Get him out of here.
Yeah, I think Werewolf Mummy could be coming in next. I'm not sure, though. We'll see. We'll see. I think there's actually a lot of Graves lovers out there. So I think people might be surprised.
I hope so. I hope so. She is Bae for sure. But I kind of low-key want to see Apollo. I feel like, you know, Apollo's probably going to come in last, but he also might be like the new Page. Not in terms of support, but like I hit an OP. I hit an OP hero.
Yeah, could be. Could be. I don't know what gives you that vibe, though.
I mean, because Page looked kind of lame, right? And then Page came in and was amazing as the Death Slam comes in as well, throwing it back under the Guardian here with the knockup as well. Ayano coming in big for his team when they needed it off the death. Holt, meantime, goes down the right-hand side, and Mo and Krill Obikim is still alive, but let's be honest, not for much longer.
Yeah, to be honest with you, that was very disrespectful from Empty Dreams and Obikim. Like, sitting under the Guardian like that, knowing that you had Death Slam online during that time. So I was a little bit confused. I mean, you just had the big spend coming through from Apple Fan as well, so he's managed to get like a massive influx of spirit items. I think he just about hits 4.8k with that, so he was doing crazy damage with the slice and dice when he came through on that Death Slam. So yeah, I think there's just a little bit of disrespect coming through from Empty Dreams and Obikim, and I think they maybe should have been a little bit more careful.
Well, the combo had come through onto the Shiv, but is able to survive the damage for now. If the dive's going to continue, as Freemox is going to lock that one down. A 3-man push on this middle Guardian. And it should be falling here momentarily. Also, big thank you to the Post Lamp, who tipped $5 towards the prize pool for this week. And the comment, DLNS Pregnant Viper, of course.
Oh, huge. Not the Pregnant Viper, but the tip was crazy. Thank you so much.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
I feel
this is why we don't cast together, Blake.
I know.
we get almost fired.
It gets weird. It gets weird. I do feel bad for Apple Fan there. I think he made the right call as well. Picked up reactive barrier just before he came back into that lane, knowing that the combo would be coming off cooldown and likely would have been targeted by it. So he got the massive 400 barrier from that. If it wasn't for that, the fact there was a third player in the mix there, probably would have survived. So I think he makes a really smart decision only to get ruined by a gank.
Well, the counter push comes in. Apple Fan, speaking of him, another kill added to the tally, sitting at 6.3 thousand souls, almost leading his team. Arzo is currently the one to do so on 7 as he's free farming his left-hand side. And you know this is going to be a big push onto the middle lane. And realistically, they have a telekinesis to defend. And Obikim, he doesn't have combo quite yet. So this should be almost guaranteed a Guardian going down. So Blake, I think the hero.
Okay.
Unless you want to talk about the game.
No, it's you carry on. I kind of like these talks during the pauses.
I also think it's going to be a werewolf mommy coming through next, but I want Graves.
Yeah, okay. I mean, me too. As I'm like, Silver's probably going to be releasing, but I want Celeste. Overall, that character looks fun. We don't know much about them yet, honestly, but I don't know. I'm excited. I'm very excited.
I mean, we got 5 more heroes. Another one coming out in just an hour and a half time, which I need to get confirmation from ZP if it will allow to be played today on the night shift or not. Because I'm not 100% sure.
He's going to say no. He's not about fun, that guy. Come on.
He wants silver, so I think he's going to say yes. He's going to be a little bit skewed in his decision making here. But the Guardian was not taken in the middle lane. They actually were able to defend against this.
Yeah, telekinesis coming out was pretty big factor in preventing that from happening. A lot of damage and also 3.2k on the lash, so he's not spent it in a long while, so not quite as effective as they might quite like him at the moment. I'm wondering what he's picking up, because he was saving for a 3.2. Did I miss it? I think I missed it. God damn.
Oh, what he bought? Yeah, I didn't see either, to be fair. But you know what? Luckily for us, we don't have to use a mod anymore to see what items people have. So maybe we can get a quick tab hold at some point to see what everyone has. Exactly. Or maybe in a few seconds, because it looks like the push will continue to happen. Sai gets the kill in the flammable. Ayano is going to have Death Slam up yet again here. But here comes Overseas on the Abrams to defend the Guardian, really putting that pressure to keep this Guardian alive. Like, this is a lot of resources thrown into this lane to make sure it does not fall.
Dude, Ayano's all purpies right now. He's got no greens. He's got no oranges. He does not care. He's on the blueberry angle. I think he went for slowing hex here, which I think is a great pickup. I mean, slowing hex works against most of the characters here. It's nice for the Wraith. It's good for the Goo Cube. It's okay versus the Moen Krill, I guess. Maybe builds out into a Vortex Web later on.
Okay. Well, didn't quite throw him away from his IV. Not able to hit the ground strike to pull him back to the ground. But this is where it's go time. The urn. Now in play, remember the changes coming through. Urn is an instant dunk. If you guys missed out on last week or you haven't played Deadlock since. So all you have to do is just get the urn there and you're most likely going to capture this one as a good charge comes through to pull Double under that walker. Doesn't quite get there and the urn is still being moved in the meantime here, Blank. And again, this is where all of our action has been in this last week of the night shift.
Are you running into a telekinesis and a combo? This feels dangerous. This feels dangerous to me. Coming through for surgery. I don't know how...
Oh, it makes it.
Oh, the drop hit. Okay. All right. I like that. I like that a lot.
Well, the quick dunk comes through. The telekinesis was used. And it seems like Leviathan going to pick up 2 quick kills as Colt's finally come in on the Mina. Turn 1 around. Still an advantage here. Well, I want to say, yeah, easily an advantage here for the Furies. Getting the turn in plus 3 kills on top of this. And they have a 2K lead now. A strong start. I mean, you talked about early game, and they are pulling things off pretty damn well. And also, I mean, Arzo has just been farming up at 11,000 on the 7, getting close to his triple spike. He did go for the Soul Shredder bullets. He did went for the new item again. I forgot the name already. You can help me out here.
Ballistic Enchantment. There you
Ballistic
go.
Enchantment. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And we can see it was a Slowing Hex Cold Front picked up here by Ano.
Yeah, I think getting the reactive barriers, well, there's a few reactive barriers coming through at the moment for that squad. I mean, fair enough. There's a lot of shutdown potential coming through from the Leviathan. And overall, reactive barrier is just an incredibly strong item. There's a lot of pressure on the map. The speed at which these characters can move around, not to mention Sai being able to use the tunnels a lot. And then you just leave Arzo to farm up, though he has been absolutely brutalized over in the left lane there a little bit. But I think my favorite part of the game so far has quite literally surgery turning into a basketball. Landing straight in the hoop there. Died for it, but you get the end.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, now that you can light melee to drop the urn, it's honestly like really hard to defend against it unless you catch them on the transition. And typically we've seen in North America, it's a defense on the urn pickup, not on the turn-in. As Colt again picks himself up another kill at 11,000 souls, just barely staying alive.
Yeah.
Keeping the pressure on this right-hand side, keeping them honest. Gotta be very careful here with that rake. Oh my god, 470 healing from 1 rake on that tier 2 camp. Allows him to fight yet again, and Sai's gonna need it. He's gonna fall. I don't think Colt's gonna quite get there in time to defend it, as the Death Slam won't connect onto anything.
Oh, that's embarrassing. Yeah, that's not good. Get right up in the girders there. All he saw was the black bar. It does happen, but you hate to see it happen to a 142nd CD. That's bad. That's bad.
I think almost every one of my Death Slams are like that. So I'm just happy when I can hit one person.
Don't out yourself. Don't out yourself. Don't do that. You're the best game. Best player in the world. You gotta remember that, dude. Confidence.
If you saw my games listing today, you would know that is definitely not true. As I missed 3 black holes in a row. Oh no. Coming back in. Chrysanix 4. We were trying to decide, is this Chrysana 14 or Chrysanax 4 or Chrysana Xiv?
Thanks for your
I think it's a Chrysana. Yeah, Chrysana 14.
Okay, we'll go with that one. That's what we went with last week. Thank you so much for the $25 donation. So you think Graves gets weird with that arm she carries? Hey, we're a judgment-free zone here on the night shift.
Elaborate.
For the sake of our sponsors,
do not elaborate. I take it back.
Elaborate.
I take it back.
Oh, flammable. Barely. Oh, I usually take a lot of damage from the knives, from the blades, and the third one connects as well. Fine. Coming in big for the team here, man. At 12K, he's been involved in a lot of these kills.
Dagger to the back immediately as soon as he comes out of Stoneform. That hurts. That hurts. You're waiting for Ava to come off cooldown here, and then get out of there. Honestly, though, I've been quite happy, but unfortunately, we have a 1K soul lead on the side of Leviathan. Yep, 1K so far. So the early game's going fairly decently, but Empty Dreams is quite easily pacing with Arzo. Despite how much pressure Fearless Furies is trying to put on the map, Arzo is still keeping up. But you do have that 13K on Cult as well. But you do worry about the fact that you've got Overseas at 14K, you've got Empty Dreams at 15K, you've got OCs on 16K. These are all characters they want to have fed at this point in time. So I do think it's going to get worse and worse as time goes on.
That's exactly what I'm looking at as well. Having a front line of Overseas, big and beefy, for the majority of the souls from his team is going to drastically help, especially when you're Colt. You can't get that freedom or get that tempo you need early on to start to carry through into the game. Mac under pressure here in that subway. The combo comes through onto Sai. Amplify in the meantime does clean up one kill, and he's on the hunt for more. I don't think he maxed out his killing blow just yet. It wouldn't make sense at this point in the game. And Overseas will escape for now, but they're... Oh, no, he might not here, Blank. Amplify once more. He was blood.
Dude, I love the way he looked behind me. He's like, is he chasing me? You see him coming around the corner.
He got it.
He's raging. Yeah, I mean, he's got those daggers on lock right now. He's got the extra recharge as well, but I don't think it's going to be enough. He gave it a good shot. Give it a good go. It's not meant to be. And probably we're going to see Surgery go down here as well. Unless he hit the Schmovement God, which it feels like he is. Cole actually take down Flammable for that.
Yeah, it worked out. And also, an urn picked up yet again for the Furies. So now we're going to see the transition across the map here. The contest. I mean, Leviathan, they're keeping this lane shoved up. Very important to do so. But they're still down. Flammable, the Overseas just respawned back in. And Ayano is already halfway across the map. I think it's all about Arzo here. Pops that Storm Cloud. Is doing a good amount of damage here from the high ground. But he should fall here momentarily, which... I mean, does he do enough damage, I think, more importantly, to get this dunk in right away? And no one's really there to contest Ayano. He's going to get it for free.
I mean, he's just going to whack that boy in.
The Puddle Punch.
Oh, the Puddle Punch actually takes it off him. You're right. That's an incredible mid-air Puddle Punch. OC should be able to get this. Tries to test off him. But gets the slide with the cube. And he does not connect. That bad boy's back on 140 seconds. And it's the second one in a row. Oh, he's fuming. He's fuming.
I mean, he took all that time to run it across the map, to lose it and to give it to them and then lose the ultimate. That's probably the worst case scenario for them, because now you have Overseas at 17k, Empty Dream as well. Overseas has silently been farming away at 21,000 souls here, Blank. He's close to his glass cannon, and when he gets that, he's going to look for fights, look for those stacks, and become this immovable, gooey object.
Oh, man, he's going to start doing a lot of damage here. And I think the problem is also is like they're ace in the hole. Right, when you drop the Thundercloud on the point of the urn, that makes it very difficult to hand in or even contest. But you don't have him up there. Incredible Puddle Punch into incredible Goo Cube. OC is playing like an absolute god this game. You cannot catch this Mina right now. Cole's doing very, very well. Hang on.
Interesting combo.
Oh, comboing him from downstairs. Like the worst neighbor possible.
I mean, look at this burrow. He's just tanking all this damage. Overseas rotates on him. This is going to be a big team fight, which leaves OCs and Arzo to fight on the left-hand side. For the telekinesis go out. I'm not sure who it quite connected onto as we're tagging along with Veplifine here. Did not max his ultimate just yet, so won't have those resets. We might just see a complete disengage here from both of these two teams.
Yeah, it's back. I mean, OCs is causing a huge amount of problems right now, and Arzo is struggling to keep him off the Walker. So they do send Cyan. I think he's through the tunnels right now, trying to find his way back out again on the map. But OCs will be back out there. I think it's a cool composition they have here, because honestly, Ivy in this kind of pseudo healer gun role does very well with limited souls. Paradox does very well limited souls. Honestly, Mo and Krill doesn't need a lot either. And then you can get a lot of your souls onto those heroes that actually matter to you. Having that strong front line, having Wraith getting farmed up so she is able to pump out damage. Because she has mixed damage as well overall. So it's just overall insane. Jesus.
Pat's Risers. 100. I was just waiting for you to shut up so I could do that. $100 tip yet again here into the prize. Remember, we do not touch any single cent from this. Goes directly to the players. I'll get back to the comment in a second. Surgery does get charged under the Walker and quickly cleaned up here as you see Overseas just overwhelming them as they get 4 kills for 1. And Leviathan, that 1k lead they had, turning into 12k now. Are not able to stop Overseas as well from taking the walk on the left-hand side as he gets the single soul income from that at 26k. Leviathan just turned it up to another notch. Like once they got that urn that Ayano ran across the map, it was go time for them.
Yeah, well, I think this. Go on.
Okay, I'll go on. For many Wednesdays to come. Thanks for keeping my days after work interesting. Well, you know what, Pats? Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for donating towards the prize pool for these players.
Yeah, I mean, I can't. How could I interrupt that? That's such a lovely statement. Such a lovely statement. I mean, what I was going to say is that right now, most of the players in Leviathan, they're all hitting their power spikes, right? On their side, you see here, finally, the Abrams is starting to build some kind of defenses with debuff remover. But OCs is clearly in the lead. And now this guy's a bit of a Thanos with the gun buff on board as well. That is really tough to deal with. But yeah, I think Leviathan might just take away the show from here on out. It's very hard to deal with these three players. And honestly, Flammable, Freemark, and Oberkim have been doing very good to find opportunities to open up for these three guys.
I have to correct myself, as a certain ginger has let me know. The hero does not come out in an hour and 10 minutes. It comes out in a day,
so.
23 hours and 10 minutes, 25 hours and 10 minutes.
I thought it was Thursday, but I was like, he's so
I just want to see Graves. It's going to be her. I'm telling you right now. If it's not Graves, ZP will wax his eyebrows off on the next night shift, okay?
Oh, really? Why not you?
Because
like
I've been trying to get him to do this. I've been trying to get him to do this since the fight night days.
I see. I don't think he's doing it. He painted himself blue. I think that's good enough.
He did. God, never mind. I got to be careful. Now the Death Sun coming through. Connects onto two. Knocks Nostra on top at the Sanson, so they cannot escape here. Zoe became now looking to go on the run. Speaking of the run, Overseas with the urn in hand is going to get a free dunk onto the enemy side of the map and potentially a free walker as well, as the skirmish is still happening in towards the middle of the map. And Overseas is here. 31,000 souls, glass cannon, vamp burst as well. He's looking for those stacks, and you cannot combat this guy. The only way to do so, well, it's going to be metal skin.
Yeah, I mean, they'll open up a slot here at least, which might alleviate some of the pain they're feeling on the side of Fearless Furies. But that urn going over towards Leviathan really does cause big problems, right? Because now you've got to wait another 3 minutes before you can even attempt to get yourself some comeback souls on side, in which case Leviathan's going to keep putting the pressure on. And we're getting to the stage of the game where we're in mid-boss taking territory. Actually, we are in mid-boss taking territory right now.
That territory is now. It's already almost dead, and realistically, with no Death Slam up for Ayano, the best you could hope to do here is maybe take away a couple of the rejuice and throw away your lives for it. Telekinesis was used over on the Holiday, so there's no contest there. Quick little Warp Stone in as well. Stone Form to potentially delay, but all three crystals taken for the Leviathan side here. My eyes are looking towards OCs. He's not even being touched here in this fight, looking for more and more kills. He adds another tally, another two, or sorry, just one towards his glass cannon. That's 4 kills coming through for 0 in Leviathan. That lead has exploded for them. And not only has that lead exploded for them here, Blank.
Yeah.
Prize pool has exploded.
Has it?
Again. I'm going to say the note first and then say the name. No need to elaborate. We all know Kappa. This is about Graves having the arm and what she does with it. Also, Chrisana XIV or 14 from Final Fantasy 14.
14. I thought that was the case. But yeah, sick. Very nice. Love to hear it. It's GG, by the way. I'm so sorry to say. I think it's
Polaris gifted a tier 1 sub to Soggy Sock. Are the Soggy Crawdads here to support?
Nice. Jesus.
Oh my god, OCs.
I hate this character, man. I hate this character.
Yeah.
I love this character, but I hate this character. It's just problematic.
I mean, this is what happens, right? I think I've been talking about this for a couple of weeks now, is if you don't punish the Viscous when he's solo farming somehow, if you don't throw the resources invested into it, this is just what's going to happen. I mean, even Ars has left the game already because he knows this game's over, I think.
Yeah.
We said 36,000 souls.
The problem is that Viscous hits his power spike at 32k. Like, it's fairly early. As soon as he gets that glass cannon on board, like, it's so much damage. I mean, honestly, he can just finish off here himself, by the way. Doesn't need the rest of his team. The speed at which he's shooting, the amount of damage he's doing. This guy is the Green King of the lobby.
Finishing himself off, as Blank said. That's the Hidden King now down and out. And Leviathan will go on once again to play in our money match against Abrahams. You know, we didn't get to even talk about how the patrons changed and how the shrines have changed and the curse that it throws down, not to mention percent, was it like 15% max health damage to really help you defend on these objectives is really cool to see. But I mean, Leviathan, they weren't looking too hot in the beginning. You got to credit to Fearless Furies. They changed things up. I think maybe 7 wasn't quite the play because he needs to be like almost ultra late game to have impact. And they're up against a team with the Viscous who has, the impact a lot earlier on. But Either way, I mean, they looked much better this week than in the past, and I'll give them the credit for that, but haven't quite cracked the code on what they need to do to get themselves into the money match.
Yeah, I saw the vision. I saw what they wanted to do. I wanted to have a... Yeah, exactly that. But they were trying to get a lot of pressure on the map, right? That's exactly what they were going to do. I thought this play here was just crazy. I don't know why they stuck around for so long, but they did. But even with that, it didn't really matter. OC was just getting more and more fed there. And I think that I really, really hate giving like most valuable players out to basically glorified M1 players. But I'm going to be honest, OC's played in a mad game. Because not only was his aim on point, his positioning on point, but ability usage was insane. Like incredible goo cues and moments where it really mattered. Puddle punches to deny urns. I think he played out of his mind this match.
You might be sad to see what I said in our Discord then, because
have you given it to someone else?
I was a question mark. It was like MVP. So you do have the option to go in there if you want and maybe contest me.
OC MVP, full stop.
We'll see. We'll see what production throws our way, because we both have different selections of who the MVP is. Maybe we'll get a double MVP for this game.
I think Overseas did really well too. I mean,
why are you talking about Overseas? Is he an MVP contestant?
I know it's Overseas every time. It's like the Yorkshire version of Overseas.
We also we had another donation. SL_ID_D5536622-8B17-3F06- who tipped $5. Said question mark vote Graves question mark. I agree. Vote Graves for sure. We'll let production choose who the MVP is going to be, but I mean, again, Leviathan, I think you see when it comes to these games that they might be down in the beginning. I think that one urn was a major turning point for them, dunking the urn in, then getting, I think it was 3 or 4 kills off the back of that, allowed them to propel themselves forward. But also, I mean, no one was able to deal with Overseas, and Arzo just could not get to that level of farm he needed to on 7 to have the same level of impact as OCs.
Overseas and OCs, yes. I think it is tough though, because Overseas played this game where I think Abrams in this gun meta where he's able to build hollow point, kinetic dash and all the rest, and then building debuff remover a little bit more defensively later on, yet still doing just incredible damage off the amp that he gets from his shoulder charge. It's sort of ridiculous. And I think Defi made a video a while back about how gun maybe needs to change a little bit, and I somewhat do agree slightly. Honestly, I think there needs to be adjustments how it works, but it is fun. It is fun watching Abrams blast someone's head off.
Yeah, and it's, again, I mean, typically I think you would see like Cultist, but because of the changes to jungle, I think that's why we're seeing like Hollow Point come through, or Ballistic Enhancement, I think is what...
Enchantment. Yeah.
Enchant. It's the same thing, right? Enchantment, Enhancement. It does things.
Whoa, was that $100?
Slight adaptations. We did. And I have to read it before I read it out loud, because it could be like a really messed up name, and I don't want to get caught saying something like that. That's a tough name.
It's actually
Subi Jubi. I think I said it right. Thanks for the Wednesday entertainment. I look forward to the show every week. You are great. Thank you so much, Subi Jubi. And hopefully I didn't butcher your name. Again, all the donation money goes directly into the prize pool. We do not touch a cent of it. But let's quickly take a look here at the match stats, Blank. And I'm looking from left to right. And you know what I'm not seeing?
What are you seeing?
Not seeing Cultist.
Yeah, I mean,
I see one. I see one.
Where is the Cultist? OCs. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. For OCs, taking Cultist is pretty decent. I think health, ability range is actually quite good on Viscous. Means you don't have to build into anything to kind of enhance his ball, to enhance his puddle punches. I think it does work out for him. And the additional health as well is always welcome on a Viscous. Not only that, clearing camps is pretty easy too. So I don't think it matters too much over on OCs, on Viscous picking up Cultist Sacrifice. I was kind of thinking that maybe Ivy still pick it up, but apparently not.
Yeah, I think it's just... I mean, it could be also an overreaction. We see a lot of players have that, where we see like a slight nerf to something and they immediately overcorrect, saying, okay, well, the item is completely dead, right? But like Health Nova, completely normal item as well. Like the fact that your 2, I completely forgot. Watcher's Covenant gets like double healing from that can be ridiculous of what you can do in a team fight, especially if you do level it up. But I mean, Mystic Slow Suppressor as well. I liked Arzo's build that he was going for, but he just didn't get deep enough into it I mean, he got the triple spike across, the gun vitality and the spirit, and escalated exposure can do a ridiculous amount of damage. But when you're up against a Viscous with Lucky Shot, with Vampers, with Glass Cannon, some Tit Mag in there, it's really hard to deal with the Viscous at that point in the game. Titanic Mag.
Okay, yeah, very good.
But what did I say?
You said some really excellent points, which you fully backed up. But yeah, I think also it's tough. It's tough. I like the attempt with the ballistic enchantment, getting escalated exposure there. I don't think there was a massive amount of spirit resist on their side, honestly. I don't think I can see much of it at all. But yeah, spirit shredder bullets as well. Also, like negative spirit resist at this point over on the Leviathan. But yeah,
it helps a lot with sustain in lane too, or like jungle farming gives you a little bit extra sustain.
Yeah, I just don't think he got to like Goku levels of power during this game, unfortunately for Arzo. And I would have loved to see this game go on a little bit longer and see what the end game build was for that 7. But yeah, I do think that Fearless Furies, as soon as they gave up that earn when they were about 10k behind, I think at that point I knew it was over, right? Because there's just no coming back from that.
Well, speaking of over, for us to be over with this match to get into the next, we got to take a look at who our MVP of this match was, and I don't know who it's going to be. Oh, thank you, production. Even though you're throwing random stuff in my run of show on me that I have no idea what's coming up later on, at least you take my MVP.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he played really well. He did play really well. I think that there was only a few moments where I was a little bit iffy, but those moments were very far between, right? And I think it was just those moments where maybe he was a little bit too deep. And again, I think when you're playing this type of build, you can get a little bit overzealous and not realize your true strength or how squishy you might be, because he was chunking people. But at this point in the game, like 2.2k on an Abrams, you do fall fairly quickly, and you're really only relying on that infernal resilience to keep you up.
I mean, he's got point blank and hollow point, and you just see how quickly he can shred through players. And I think for me, what was
funny as hell.
And what's so important is that he kind of indirectly kept Colt in check. Like, he wasn't afraid of the Mina. He was able to just kind of stand face to face against her. And without Colt snowballing ahead in the game, he couldn't really punish like the heavy front line that we had of Overseas and the backup of the rest of his team. I mean, even Obi-Kin was there to help support. Yeah, I mean, we all know Abrams is really strong right now, but Overseas played it extremely well and definitely one of the players to make them win this game, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think OC's just had some really small moments where it was micro performance of just very, very, very good usage of the entire kit of the character, and made Gun Viscous, the Gunny Bear, a little bit less of a meme, right? Where it's all the Gunny Bear.
I like it.
The gummy bear, but the Gunny Bear. But yeah, I think overall, I think he made it look a lot more than just pressing mouse one, right? I think there was a lot more to the kit.
Yeah. Well, we do have now our money match on the line with Abrahams taking on Leviathan. But before we head to break here, Blank, I've been doing all the shout outs of donations. I put it in Discord for you to read off. Do with it as you please.
All right, so it's SL_ID_A592AA75-5A78-3211- tipped £5. Yoshi cooked with this update. Pog Champ. Thank you. I appreciate you.
I agree very much.
I'm not going to do that name again.
Just one more time. We didn't catch it the first time. We need to record it out for a highlight video. Just
I think we'll leave it. Leave it that.
That's fine. Yeah. We'll leave it at that.
You dropped the £5. We'll give it.
We'll remind you guys once before we head to break here. Remember, after our finals are done, we do have a very special show match over on Street Brawl between Abrahams and Melee Creeps. It's all coming up after the finals, which is coming up next on the other side of this break.